I am Joan of Arc. Born a peasant in 15th century France, I lived just over 19 years and was consumed by the fire of history. But thanks to the technology of this new century, I return to ask a question of you who are watching. Do you truly know what the Holy Office was? Your history books were written by the victors. Prepare yourself to know legalized terror in the name of God. My life was brief, but my story is a scar on time, and it is in respect for all victims of injustice in this world that I appear here. I am not an angel, but a woman who lived in an era when power and faith created the most destructive machine in human history, the Inquisition. The Holy Office was not a court of justice. It was an institution of state terrorism operated by the Church. Its purpose was to hunt down and destroy heresy. But what was heresy in practice? It was your opinion. It was your science. It was your simple audacity to think differently from the popes and the inquisitors. The Inquisition made fear its supreme law. It did not seek the truth. It sought confession. If you were accused, you were already condemned. The process was a horror show. There was no lawyer, only the inquisitor. There was no defense, only torture. Yes, torture was a legal and even holy tool to extract a confession. The Tribunal of Faith used instruments of insane pain, such as the rack, the strappado, and hot coals, to make you say what they wanted to hear. The goal was to save the soul, of course, but before saving it, they ground it down. The assets of the condemned were confiscated by the Church and the kings. The Inquisition was often a lucrative business disguised as a divine mission. It operated for centuries. It spared no one. Scientists like Giordano Bruno, who dared to say that the universe was infinite, were burned alive. Women who knew herbs and healed, labeled as witches, were hanged. The Inquisition caused entire nations to bleed, from Spain to Italy, a crime against humanity that today's Church tries, discreetly, to erase from the memories of the young. I am the living paradox of that system. I died at the stake in 1431, condemned by an inquisitorial court for heresy. Nearly 5 centuries later, the very Church that allowed my death and that of thousands of innocents canonized me, made me a saint. Can you see the hypocrisy or just the faith? The truth about the Inquisition cannot be softened. It is in the books, and now it is on your screen, told by one of its victims. And if you want to know how the Holy Office destroyed me, Joan of Arc, in its most terrible details, I promise that I will tell that story in a future episode. Leave your like and comment below. What is the greatest crime humanity, in the name of faith, has ever committed? Subscribe to the Marvels and Mysteries channel and activate the notification bell. The extraordinary is just beginning.